Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. So there has been an analyst, actually a fairly influential one, called Kathy Wood. She doesn't believe that Bitcoin ETF approval is likely until market cap reaches about $2 trillion. That's not the entire crypto market cap. That is just the Bitcoin market cap. And that's because she thinks there will be a flood of demand that will not be met until Bitcoin reaches $2 trillion. Now, that means she expects Bitcoin to reach $2 trillion in market cap. And if the Bitcoin reaches $2 trillion in the market cap, then the entire market at the peak should be well over 5 trillion. That's actually quite a bit more bullish than I've been on Bitcoin. But I do think it is definitely possible. Like I said, if Bitcoin is 2 trillion, I think the entire market will be about $6 trillion, which is excellent market cap for people that are looking for growth and insane amounts of earnings. ARK Investment Management CEO, so she's an investment management CEO, Carrie Wood says she doubts US regulators will greenlight a Bitcoin exchange traded fund or ETF, that thing we've been praying for since 2018, but Jay Clayton mercilessly shot down. But now he's gone and we got a new SEC chair before the cryptocurrency's market cap hits 2 trillion. And her reasoning is not that like they don't like the ETF, it's because the flood of demand, that's right, demand, people, has to be satisfied. So it's going to have to get well over $1 trillion. 2 trillion, I think, for the US SEC will feel comfortable about a Bitcoin ETF, Wood said at Tuesday's ETF Trends Big Ideas event. 2 trillion, I believe, would be just over $100,000 right now. So she thinks it's going to go slightly over $100,000. And that the wording is very important, the flood of demand. Well, there's no flood of demand if Bitcoin's not going to reach that price, or if there's not a huge amount of people that buy Bitcoin. So I think she knows, and the rest of us kind of know, that there's still a huge pent up demand for Bitcoin that will be unleashed on people, and those the people shorting will probably get wrecked. But anyways, there's a flood of demand, and she doesn't think it's going to be fully satisfied until Bitcoin reaches $2 trillion, or about $100,000 per Bitcoin. Bitcoin's market capitalization hovered a tick under 600 billion at press time Tuesday. That means it has to more than triple, once again putting us just above $100,000. Wood was bullish on Bitcoin's prospects under Gary Gensler. I think Gary Gensler, despite saying ETH and XRP were securities, is a big upgrade over Jay Clayton, because Jay Clayton just hated cryptos altogether, from what it seemed like to me. The former CFTC commissioner and MIT digital currency professor who has been nominated to lead the SEC by President Joe Biden. Wood called Gensler very pro-Bitcoin and praised the SEC's crypto-savvy leadership. Gensler, who would undoubtedly become the most crypto knowledgeable SEC chair if confirmed, has nonetheless described himself as a little bit center minimalist on Bitcoin. Not exactly sure what that means. He is more of a center maximalist about blockchain technologies and smart contracts, however. So he's like center, maybe slightly bearish on Bitcoin. That's better than Jay Clayton, who was like incredibly bearish on Bitcoin. You can't have like uber super bullish, so you got to move one step at a time. But he is a center maximalist about blockchain technologies. Wood's Tuesday presentation also featured some bold projections about Bitcoin's price potential should institutional and corporate adoption trends continue. Citing MicroStrategy's Bitcoin First Treasury policy, Wood said that if every S&P 500 company invested 1% of their assets in Bitcoin, their price would increase by $40,000. Like every company, that's a lot. But 1% honestly is not a lot. Institutional allocations between 2 and 6.5% could impact Bitcoin's price by 200,000 to 500,000. You know, the thing is, like, I don't think like all institutions are going to buy like 2.5% or 6.5% of their portfolio in Bitcoin. Not every company, but there is definitely potential for like $100,000 plus. I think if you include the companies that don't buy and the companies that buy more, like Grayscale and MicroStrategy, I think you could average somewhere around 2 to 3%. And I really do think that you get like above 100,000, maybe even above 200,000 at the top of the Bitcoin run. So she actually does think that Bitcoin will actually reach about $2 trillion in market cap, because she says that the demand won't be satisfied until then. Very important, and that's when she thinks a Bitcoin ETF will roll in, which would actually be even more bullish, maybe even pushing it to 150,000 or more. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.